Hello you. This is a different one, isn't it? It's right under a lamp like it's interrogation time. Don't normally get a cup of tea when it's interrogation time though, do you? Anyway, Lawnboyspost1975. Thanks for that. Good start, Miss Mittens. This is Mittens. She's a big bundle of fluff, aren't you? Yes. Lawnboyspost1975. Go on down there. Lawnboyspost1975. Hello, Dave. I don't know if you watch my channel. I don't. I should have checked to see if you're a subscriber, but I don't recall ever any comments from you. But I'd like you to know that I'm a regular watcher of yours, as is my wife, and I suffer from depression as well. And your video really struck a chord. I'd like to say thanks for your videos and everyone else that I watch. Due to a combination of depression and physical cancer in my wife's case, we don't get to go out a great deal, so you're our social network, and even if it's just a natter about what games you've picked up as opposed to actual gameplay footage and that sort of thing, it's nice. It's like someone coming around and having a chat with us. Even if you don't know us, we class you as our friends, which is a really weird thing, I know. Having done my own gaming videos for a while now, it does feel odd sometimes at times when people are really, really friendly to you and you go, I don't really know you. So I see it from both sides. You just have to go, well, what's it like when I talk to someone else? You've really got to have some empathy, haven't you? You can tell I haven't really thought this through at all, have you? Have I? But yeah, Dave was saying about suffering from depression and kind of the stigma associated with it as well. He didn't mention the old buck yourself up, you know, try being unhappy, because it's not unhappiness, although in my case it does tend to go hand in hand. Obviously, for those who don't know the situation that we're going through here, 4 years ago now, Jules was diagnosed with stage 3B cancer, inoperable basically, and it's been hell on toast since then. I was off work then at the time with what turned out to be a nasty infection. Yeah, hasn't been a fun few years. Problems with all sorts of stuff on top of the usual, like everyone else has. Everyone else has problems with, you know, juggling work, home life, bills, all that sort of stuff, trying to fit in, having some fun at the same time. Basically cancer and depression and everything has just pushed all sorts of fun and stuff way out the window, so it really gets difficult to cope at times. I tried pills. What was the first one? Sertraline, metazapram, I can't remember them now. I've tried a few different ones. Some were okay for a bit, some left me absolutely knocked out and just unable to, just feeling really woozy all the time, and some gave me absolutely the worst nightmares I've ever had, really shaken for the whole day. You know, you can't really describe it unless you've been through it, I suspect. But some pills work for some people and some don't, so I'm not going to say don't try pills. Whatever help you can find, take it. Yeah, things haven't been a great deal of fun here, what with cancer and coping with family issues, and basically I get a little bit of help here and there from some of our kids who seem to think that they're like Mother Teresa when they actually do very little, and got to badger and badger and badger them to get any kind of begrudging help, which then makes me angry and depressed and all sorts of bad emotions, because when my father was dying of cancer a few years before all this started, I was doing all I could to help my mum with stuff, and I wish now that I could have done even more. So I'm seeing our kids not helping with anything and making things worse, and really doesn't help with the emotions inside, you know. Sounds like a Star Wars cliche. Hate leads to anger, anger leads to fear, fear leads to anger, fear, depression, hate, all sorts of stuff. And anxiety is an absolute stops you in your tracks, and depression much the same. Going back to what Dave said about it's like a hole in your chest. I hadn't heard of that description before, but that fits so well. It just sucks in everything around you. The whole black dog sitting in your chest, you can't face doing anything, and you're in there in your head going, come on, do something. But there's something in the very core of you just goes, what's the fucking point? Everything you do is a constant slog just to try and get a step forward, and everything knocks you 2 steps back. On good days I can crack on and I can try and tackle the mess that's built up around the house that everyone else steps past and ignores, or in some cases goes, why should I do it? If I don't do it, you'll do it. And you just go. So, and then you go, well, yeah, I'll have to do it. I must do it. There are things that you must do, whether you want to or not. And in many cases I want to make the place more pleasant for my wife to live in. If she can't go anywhere, can't do anything, I want it to be as pleasant as possible. Unfortunately, due to my own combination of depression and physical illness, not being as strong as I used to be, just household chores absolutely wears me out. But I crack on. You've just got to grit. I literally grit my teeth to the point where my jaw and teeth hurt. I had to get a mouth guard. I'm really rambling here, aren't I? This was meant to be a thanks, Dave. I know what it feels like. But hey, everyone's situations are different, aren't they? And this is our situation here. I mentioned in a few other videos I've started back at work, so now I'm having to try and juggle getting back to work, and not just going back to work and just being away from the house for X amount of hours and then coming back and seeing how Jules is and stuff like that, but actually trying to be competent at work. So that's a fun one. But yeah, I'm really rambling here. I'm not sure if I have a great deal of point here, but the main thing was that I wanted to get across was, yes, depression is an absolute fucker, especially with people who don't understand, who say, try stop being depressed, and it's nothing as simple as if you could, you would. So it's yeah, that was the other thing, because I kind of started doing all these videos because of when I was ill previously and suffering from insomnia due to a combination of meds and all sorts of stuff, and it was to get back into games and remind myself what I enjoyed about games, to try and lift my mood, and also kind of like a solidarity with other people, that even if you are feeling really absolutely terrible and things like that, there are other people out there going through similar, and you can reach out through the medium of YouTube and we can all be fucked up together. You know, we can all share our experiences if you want to, or you can just watch other people entertain you, and hopefully some of my videos do that, and hopefully some of my videos share that even when things are seeming their bleakest and your darkest hour, there's still times when you can, I don't know, reach out. You can create something on YouTube, even if it's, you know, I can't do the same quality as other people. I don't have the strength or energy or time to devote to video editing and stuff like that. I can stick a camera on a tripod, I can chuck a video up, I found recently that I can record MAME and do stuff like that. So give me a few years, maybe I'll get something better, but looking forward to the future isn't something I generally, well, look forward to. But, yeah, it was, well, Dave's video struck a chord really, that I'd been hiding behind the camera for a long time, never been particularly comfortable in front of camera. I mean, I never expected to be like this come my 40s. When you hit your 40s, that's I always thought, that's absolutely, yeah, it's just a number, isn't it? And then you actually get into your 40s, and I didn't so much hit my 40s as career head first into them and fell apart. Not really to do with anything to do with 40, it just happened to coincide, really. Everything went to shit around now, and just trying to plough on and not let it drag me down. But like Dave says, sometimes there's that sucking hole that just stops everything being good, and you just can't carry on at that point. I had that severely about 6 months ago or so, when Jules was at a low ebb. I was absolutely exhausted, and my mum was in hospital as well, and things weren't going well there, and it all just came to a head. And even if you tell yourself in your head over and over again, that's just your conscious side. Your subconscious, you have no control over, as far as I'm concerned anyway. And then that affects your chemical balance in your body, and my body just went nope, and I pretty much shut down for a couple of days. It was like a really bad case of the flu, and I was just incapable of doing anything, and that was really scary. And basically I spent the next 6 months kind of recovering from that, to the point where I'm heading back to work now, still not entirely 100%, but no choice in the matter. You just got to keep going. You keep going or you stop, and I can't afford to stop. So I'd like to probably best wrap this up really by saying thank you to Lawnboyspost1975, thank you Dave, and to so many other people that Jules and I follow on YouTube, and of course on Twitter. If you want to reach me, YouTube comments, I rarely get time to get my head in order to deal with. If you want to reach me on anything, Twitter's generally the best way. I've got a hair right here. Where's that come from? All the time Jules is losing her hair at the moment, so there are hairs all over the place. It's not always just my moustache hairs. And of course, with 5 cats in the house, there's a lot of fluff around. But yeah, so thank you Dave, and thank you to everyone else. Off the top of my head, without wanting to miss anyone out and upset anyone, Minsky, hello sir, and Ashens, and Lawnboyspost1975, and Chinny Vision, and Spider-Moi, and Nostalgia Nerd, and Namco's, and Villord Such, T-Rex Space Station, I'm sorry if I've forgotten plenty of people there. That's just a few off the top of my head. I'm sure you know who you are. I'm sure you've seen likes from me hitting Twitter, because I like to spread the word and let other people know. I like this one. I like this one. If you like me, you might like this. Yeah. So I'd like to say thanks for all the camaraderie, shall we say, and support, and just friendship from everyone else out there. I forgot Steve Benway. Hello Steve, sorry about that. I remembered though, I did remember. See, there's so many really, really big people out there that we watch a lot, and we really do appreciate you putting stuff out. This is why I like to put stuff back. I mean, when I manage to save enough money up to be able to splurge a little bit, I will be going through these once I've managed to save enough money to buy the disk drive Future Was 8-bit has put aside for me. And I shall continue going through all my discs. Unfortunately, tapes is what it is at the moment, and also my Spectrum is getting a bit... But we shall plough on regardless. I've got plenty of consoles downstairs as well that I'm hoping to do some proper capturing of. But it's finding the time, you know, when I've got to try and juggle work and making sure Jules is comfortable and looked after, and you know, not that you guys aren't important. I really do like sharing stuff with you, and that's how I see it, sharing, not bragging over stuff like that. I'm just lucky, yeah, to still have a load of my old stuff, so I like to share it with you guys and girls as much as I can while everything's still working. Like Chinny says, you know, at some point we'll only be able to have it emulation, so let's enjoy this stuff while we still can. Losing myself again and rambling again, aren't I? Yeah, probably best I end up there. I probably had a point at some point and I've probably lost it long ago now. But, yeah. I keep saying but, yeah, a lot, don't I? I can't think of anything else now other than thank you. A lot of us are going through very similar. Not to denigrate anyone else's problems. We've all got different problems. I just wanted to share that if you're suffering from depression, you're not alone. Find help. Ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in admitting to people. And if anyone gives you a hard time, they're the ones who've got the real problem. When it hits them, as it likely will, then they'll understand, and they won't until that time. There's many times that I think I wouldn't wish this situation on my worst enemies, but then there are times in my darkest moments when, oh boy, I do, you know. Some people out there, you just go, they really deserve a taste of this. Not least people running down the country for monetary ends, shall we say, before we start getting political and start talking about NHS and Brexit and stuff like that. There's a lot of people out there who are incredibly selfish, and I feel absolutely no empathy towards them, and they feel absolutely no empathy towards me. And it's hard to care about people like that when you know that they don't care about you. So, yeah, we're veering dangerously towards political territory here, aren't we? And this is where people who are fine and dandy and perfectly happy and will go whinging lefty owner, etc, etc. Buck yourself up and get your life sorted. Bit tricky to do that, mate, at the moment. But, yeah, you're not alone. There is help out there, and there are other people out there who will understand, even if some people don't. So, just keep ploughing on as best you can. But, you know, some people understand, and some people can provide help, so keep going. Even in your darkest moments, you might go, I don't know, I'm not enjoying life anymore, but I'm pretty sure it's better than the alternative. So you just got to keep trying, and hopefully, I keep looking this way because the TV's there, and I've got Robocop 3 playing. Hopefully, just the occasional video that I can put out can add to the amount of entertainment out there for those dark hours and the small hours of the morning when you just go, hopefully just a friendly voice and hopefully a friendly face now, just to help out if we can in whatever way, shape and form. But I've got a cold cup of tea here now, so I'm going to finish this off and I'll leave it there, and hit me up on Twitter if you want to chat or whatever, and catch you on the next gaming video hopefully. Ta-ta.